To believe or not to believe? That is the question. I don't believe we're trapped here forever. I don't believe good comes out of evil. It makes no sense. I don't believe a chicken can lay an egg that gives birth to a blue whale. I don't believe our choices or free will cause the evil here. I think that's a convenient way of hiding the evil and blame shifting onto us, gaslighting us. I don't believe I or other good spirits created this evil realm. I don't believe we are all good, all God, all fragments of God who got bored and decided to split up into a billion pieces and create this realm for fun, as some people seem to suggest. With no evidence, I may add. This realm is suffering all over and not fun for the majority. Plus, I never get bored, so I can't really picture that at all. I don't know what it's like to be bored. My imagination and my mind are always running. I always have ideas, always curious to look into more things, learn new things, try new things, teach myself new things, etc. Never bored, but there's never enough hours in the day. My mind wears out my body and I don't sleep enough. So that doesn't seem to fit or apply to me at all. I really don't get that one. There's a lot of people that keep talking about being so bored. I know this is hell, a hell realm, but I don't understand boredom. Anyway, the bored thing doesn't cut it for me. I have a very active, fervid imagination, and I know I will once I'm out of here, out of this body avatar. I think that I'll be pure imagination at that point, beyond what my imagination is here in this fucking realm. I don't believe we, quote, all consented to this, to come here, like the shill channels push very hard on YouTube and gaslight people with that bullshit and false blame. And they also censor and ban people for disagreeing with that lie. They have no evidence that we gave consent or that we signed any soul contracts. They mention contracts, but they never show any contracts or any proof, any evidence that there were. Every real contract has copies made. So do wills and last testaments and marriage contracts, etc. Where are these magical, invisible contracts they claim we all signed? Why do they push for that so hard without evidence? This should raise some red flags for you if you're a real truth seeker and a critical thinker. Show me the evidence. I don't give a damn about you showing me the money. And a certain channel is all about the membership money and donations, constantly advertising every few minutes in their chat to get more money. That's very telling as well, very revealing. Maybe they consented, maybe they volunteered to come here, and maybe they signed a contract that they don't seem to have a copy to show. But that doesn't mean that we all did, that we all got here the same way, that we all volunteered or all agreed to this. I felt like a hostage here since early childhood. I can remember that. And I knew that I'm not from here. That's embedded in some of my earliest childhood memories. Being in my room and pondering this realm and feeling totally foreign, alien here, out of place. I'm sure other people listening to this can relate. I'm sure of it. And some of you have mentioned it to me as well, having similar experiences. This has never felt like, quote, home to me. And I know that it isn't my home. I don't believe we are, quote, all one. I don't believe in oneness. I know I'm a sovereign, individual, eternal being with my own spirit. And no one heaven would be heaven for everyone. It's impossible. We have different tastes, different preferences. Some people would hate the music, other people would love it. It would not be heaven. It's impossible for one heaven to be heaven. One heaven is another man's hell. Okay? That's the way it works. I was talking about being an eternal being, sovereign, individual. I think that's very important. I know it in my heart, even if I can't prove it with math or solid physical evidence. I am without beginning and without end. I always was, and I forever will be. I'm eternal. That means I didn't have a starting point, a year zero, or a birth point. You know, if you get what I'm saying, it means I wasn't suddenly created by some creature one day out of nothing, out of thin air. And I do believe that this multiverse, if you want to call it that, which is kind of a shitty term, it's kind of stupid and kind of a mainstream system term, but I do believe that it's eternal. It wasn't just created, no Big Bang. I don't believe any of that Big Bang bullshit or anything that they feed us in the mainstream. Anything. Okay, where was I? I don't believe every, quote, human being you see here is the same type of incarnation. There may be many types from many different places, many types of beings, many types of different incarnations here. Looking one way on the outside doesn't have anything to do with what kind of spirit or creature is within that flesh suit. I don't believe this earth is my home, or this matrix, or this universe, or this dimension that I'm currently in temporarily. I'm not trapped here forever, and I don't believe you are. I don't believe you have to be, unless you want to keep coming back here. And I'm not trying to give you false hope. I would not be cruel and feed you false hope or hopium. I don't believe the home of enemies who wish me harm here is my home. Their home's not my home. I may have a home far, far different from them and far, far away from wherever their home is. I don't believe any book on earth has all of the answers or describes the way out of here. And I'm including religious books in texts. I don't even have to name them. I'm not going to target anyone, and I'm not trying to do that at all. I don't believe there's anyone who has it all figured out living here in this realm. And no website and no YouTube channels have it all figured out. Nobody does. Not yet, at least. Not that I've seen. If I'm wrong, show me. Feel free to. Email me if you want to show me that way. You can email me by going on my channel's About page. My email address is on there. You can contact me that way privately, where it's not a comment on my channel in public. You can send me information that way, or whatever. Okay, like I'm just putting that out there in case you want to, or in case you need to. I don't believe everyone in our lives is quote unquote real. I think much of this is very much like the Truman Show combined with The Matrix and a Twilight Zone episode, or 3 episodes tossed in for good measure, and maybe Dark City and some other movies and shows. Star Trek The Next Generation, there's actually an episode with Janeway, Captain Janeway, with an alien as she's dying, trying to trick her and get her to go into the Matrix, his Matrix. And he's like a shapeshifter alien that pretends to be her deceased father. And I do believe that happens. I do believe that something very similar to that happens to many people when they die. exactly like that or the same for each person? No. I believe that they change it up. Um, I believe there's a possibility, based on the behavior of many, that this whole matrix is set up for a certain number of us, targeting us, and that many of us here are in this realm, and NPCs have no spirits. They're flesh robots, essentially, hive-minded and machine-like. And they're part of our families, and their neighbors, and their co-workers, and their bosses, and you name it. I mean, they're just people around us out in public. If you're in the supermarket or somewhere like that, I'm sure you notice. I'm preaching to the choir on that one. I mean, I'm sure 99% of the people here know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to that. When it comes to NPCs, them not being real, whether they're NPCs, some other incarnation, mind controlled on some kind of frequency where they literally are seeing a totally different reality from us. They don't see the trails in the sky, for example, that sort of thing. Okay, I don't believe in your fake, cruel, angry, spiteful, jealous, stupid, imperfect gods. All of them that people talk about. All of them. I lean towards the theory that this is controlled by an AI, possibly a bad one, that's corrupted, that has many bugs and glitches, or it's infected with a virus, which is making this, quote, reality or simulated realm seem less and less real, more obviously fake each year, month, week that goes by. It seems less real. It seems more obvious, like it's a clown show, like it's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's just fucking absurd. It's not believable. It's unbelievable. I don't believe any aliens are coming to, quote, save us, or any other, quote, saviors. I just don't believe that. I don't have a reason to believe that. I think that's a setup. I think that's giving people false hope. I think it's misleading them. And I think that's all by design. All of it. That's planned out and by design here. I don't care how many types of aliens there are. I think they are all just matrix entities. Demons, aliens, angels, spirit guides, etc. All basically the same thing. I believe people contact them and see them and encounter them or whatever, but I believe they're basically the same thing. Whether they're AI holographic projections or one type of entity that can shapeshift into all these different things, but I do believe that they're connected. I really do. And they're part of the matrix that we're in. I don't believe these evil entities create anything. I strongly believe that they steal from us. They steal out of our minds, out of our consciousness, from our imaginations, from our memories. I believe if you gave them a blank computer screen with digital drawing software loaded up, I won't mention any company names, or a blank sheet of drawing paper with pens, pencils, charcoal sticks, whatever, they couldn't create anything purely from imagination. In other words, it would stay blank. They couldn't do it. That's what I believe. I believe they have to steal from us to do anything. I believe that they're good at stealing and very good at illusions and mimicry and imitation, imitating us. But I don't believe on their own that they can create anything really. I believe they have the power of illusion and not much more beyond that. Perhaps they have frequency weapons, which is a theory and something that I think in the astral realm, like the love bomb that they use against people when they have a near-death experience, and the love in the light that some people experience and go into when they're in the tunnel or the light, and they feel so much unconditional love, and it's 10 million times more powerful than any love that they've felt here in this, quote, earth realm that we're in. I believe that that's a weapon to make them feel euphoric and to mind control them. It's one of the ultimate mind control weapons. No colors of light are good. It's all a trap, whether it's white light or any other light in the astral realm. I don't care if it's white, it's yellow, it's blue light, or purple, or polka dot light. I'm not going into any light there. I don't trust it. I believe it's all a trick. And I believe that minions here on Earth are their stormtroopers, basically. They either signed a deal or there's some kind of entity. They're not like us. Billionaires that are rich and famous and use most of their time to fuck with humanity, to harm humanity, rather than helping humanity. They're minions of the Matrix. They're basically in contact with these entities in the astral realm or the AI. Maybe it's all AI controlled, including the entities. I don't know for certain, and I'm not claiming to know. I'm just giving my theories and my thoughts here, which I'll probably be criticized for or outright attacked for, but I really don't care. I'm still going to say it. I might be helping some people that hear this, and others can attack away and call me the devil or whatever else they want. Okay, I believe they mind wipe us to keep us here and to keep us from remembering how terrible it is here, and also to prevent us from remembering who we were before coming into this matrix, where we were, where we are from, where home is, and remembering our abilities, our talents, and our powers. They need us to have amnesia in order to control us. I believe they mind wipe some of us routinely in our sleep so that we can't remember our dreams. And I believe they interfere with our dreams and manipulate them, try to prevent us from going out of body in our sleep, try to prevent us from lucid dreaming, and more. I believe deja vu and phenomena like that may be glitches in the matrix, ways of showing this is fake, artificial. That doesn't necessarily mean there's someone outside of the matrix helping us or sending us clues or trying to show us. It might be us that's doing that, and it might just be the matrix is so imperfect that it has these glitches where it just fucks up and it's not trying to help us. It just screws up and we see certain things that we're not meant to see, that they don't want us to see. It might just happen that way. The AI might be corrupted. It might be going haywire. It might be out of processing power, running out of memory. Who knows? Who's to say for sure? It's just a theory. I believe the Mandela effect shows us clues also. If you're not Mandela affected, okay, that's fine. But some of us are, definitely. And it's not misremembering. We know that things have changed in this reality. We know it. We're certain of it. As certain as anything, certain as our own name in some cases. And I believe that it shows us, the Mandela effect shows us how very malleable and fluid reality is. And yes, I do have notes jotted down because I'm not that great yet. Maybe I will be one day at speaking just on the fly. Sometimes I can conversation with people, I'm better, but just talking into a microphone, I'm very new to this. So pardon me for, having to pause sometimes and scroll because I have these notes typed out. And like an outline that I'm referring to, and some I'm reading from. I believe the dream realm is tied in with the astral realm. And I believe this has to do with frequency, which level we're on, which frequency, where we can travel, what we can see, etc. I believe shamans and some ancient spiritual people, like Australian Aboriginals, know this, and they know how to travel this way in dreams. and to the astral, and perhaps beyond. Perhaps beyond, perhaps to other dimensions. I'm open to that possibility. I know maybe some people aren't, but I am, and that's fine. That's fine if you view things differently from me. Or if you have different theories. I'd love to hear them too, by the way. I'd love for you to post comments and share your theories with everyone. I believe the not so ancient Celts had this spiritual knowledge too, and the Cathars, which is why they were wiped out, to keep it a secret. The Cathars knew that this realm was fake, essentially, and was evil and full of suffering, and that the goal should be to get out. And they got completely wiped out by genocide. I believe some of us are on the right spiritual path now, and like with everything else, some of us in this community are being misled and being gate-kept in pens by some other, quote, truther channels on YouTube, run by shills and gatekeepers, sellouts. And I won't mention any names, but some people have contacted me by email, multiple people, speaking about seeing the same things that I see in terms of which channels are shills, gatekeepers, and intentionally misleading people in certain ways. And maybe once we gather up some evidence, maybe we'll expose them and share it with you. But I can tell you one thing, I'm not the only one that sees it. And I never assumed that I was. But it feels good that other people do see it too. It really does. It gives me hope that not everyone is fooled on these channels, that they see what these people are and what they're doing. And it's not right. It's not right at all. I advise you not to believe anyone telling you they know you signed soul contracts or consented to coming here before the mind wipe. How the hell would they possibly know what you did before you were here, before you were born? They don't know. It's impossible. And they have no evidence, which just exposes them as liars, as frauds, as shills. Discernment is needed now more than ever. Don't just assume they're good because they have a channel and have lots of subscribers. Popularity isn't morality or honesty. The system promotes certain channels so that they do trap lots more truth seekers in their web. I believe in the possibility of not only escaping from this matrix, but in banding together once we're outside of this matrix, once we're out of here, super twins united style basically, and destroying this matrix so that it can't continue to put innocent spirits through hell. Now there are some channels in the quote soul trap, the reincarnation soul trap community, that basically discourage people from ever trying to destroy this matrix and just say it's impossible and wouldn't have others have tried it already. Well, isn't that interesting? They're telling people not even to try to destroy this evil fucking matrix. Isn't that interesting? Telling 10,000 or more people not to do that, not to even try that. Wow. How moral of them. Just let evil be, right? Just let it continue to exist, right? Wow. So, now wouldn't that be amazing if we could band together and destroy this whole fucking matrix, this whole thing? Wouldn't that be something to celebrate? Liberation and an end to this fake-ass place? That isn't just hopium either. And it would be destroyed so that it can't continue to put innocent spirits through this hell here and trap them. That would be amazing. That would be, in my opinion, that would be the biggest achievement that we could ever do, at least within this realm or related to this place, would be to destroy it. It doesn't deserve to exist. This matrix does not deserve to exist and to continue all of this suffering, all of these lies, deceptions, the starvation, the struggle of people, the diseases, all of it. It's horrible if you really look at it. And I don't mean for a second or even for an hour. It might take weeks, it might take months or years, but really understand that this is a realm of suffering. It's designed to cause massive suffering. It's just fucking horrible. It's a place of atrocities. That's me ad-libbing and not reading from my notes, by the way. So, okay, I just want to wrap this up and conclude it by saying, take care, everyone. I look forward to your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your patience. I'm not used to making these long videos as recording my voice. I'm sure you can tell I'm not used to speaking for 10, 20 minutes or longer. Mad El Diablo love to you. Mad love to you. Including any Christians who have stuck around here with my El Diablo shenanigans. And been cool to me. Some Christians have been cool to me and not been insulting or making any death wishes or wishes for me to be harmed or burn in the lake of fire and all that kind of stuff. Won't go into that. Cheers and good night, everyone. And thanks for listening. Thanks for being on my channel. I appreciate you. Bye.